So hi, I'm Chloe, and originally my first degree was at Leeds University, and I did food science, both my undergrad and my master's there. My thesis was more looking at flavour, which is why I kind of went into the area that I'm in now, which is flavour generation of meat flavour through extrusion processing for plant-based meat burgers, or meat analogues as well. So for my project, it's quite an obvious place where it sits in the food system. So as you can probably tell, it sits within kind of consumers and them looking at their preferences and how they kind of look at meat products and plant-based meat products and how that varies, and also looking at if we can produce these products viably and scale up and things like that. Because my original university, the university that I'm based at is Brunel University, and it's very much an engineering college, so I'm under the chemical engineering department, hence why a lot of this is kind of looking at scale up and things like that, kind of the engineering side of things. I'm also co-hosted here at University of Reading, so here's where I do a lot of my flavour work. So Brunel doesn't have the facilities for this kind of work, so I look at the meat flavour here. But in the kind of less obvious sense of where my PhD fits within the food system is looking at how sustainable we can make the input of our products. So for instance, we were looking at different protein sources for the plant-based meat analogues. A lot of them use soy or pea. There's quite a few coming out using peanuts and lupins, for instance, and algae as well. So we wanted to look at the most sustainable option that would also be viable economically. So we've chosen pea protein to kind of carry on with our research just because it has a really good amino acid profile and also the sustainability aspect of things. So we can look at nitrogen fixing for peas themselves, but also the generation of the protein, because they're naturally higher in protein than some of the other sources, for instance, like potato and stuff like that. There's less processing that needs to kind of happen to get that protein out, and we need less kind of feedstock to get the protein that we want. But also there's the other end of things, so looking at consumer preferences and how they are trying to target whether they're going to eat less meat or they're trying to cut out meat entirely. So a lot of the products that we're looking at in the market currently for plant-based meat analogues, a lot of people say that they don't like them, they don't taste like meat, they don't have the same texture as meat, so they don't buy them, and that's one of the major problems. So we're looking at obviously trying to kind of target that problem itself. But it is quite hard in the sense of everyone wants something different. Meat eaters tend to want things that do taste like meat and have the texture of meat, but vegetarians tend to not want that, which is quite interesting. They want something that they know, they can tell that it's not meat. So otherwise, if you bite into a burger and you don't know if it's meat or not, you're going to question it. For vegetarians, if they're actually against it. In terms of the other kind of stuff that it fits within the food system, is things like how the farmers obviously react to these kind of products, and looking at, say, the beef industry. So they obviously not particularly liking of plant-based meat analogues becoming more popular, because it means their products are going to become less popular, especially if it's things like burgers and sausages, which are very much prevalent within a UK diet. So when we were looking at things in kind of the beef industry side, we want to prove that our product is more sustainable than theirs, but also we obviously don't want to kind of get people angry about these products at all. So it's going to be a good balance of trying to find that and how we can encourage plant-based meat analogues, but also not break down an industry that is quite prevalent within the UK itself.